What if I told you that your biggest mistakes, the moments you regret the most, weren't mistakes at all? That they were actually the key to everything you've been searching for. Most people think failure is something to be ashamed of. But the truth is, mistakes aren't proof that you're failing. They're proof that you're evolving. Pain isn't random. It's not meaningless. It's actually the most intelligent force in your life. But most of us, including myself, do everything we can to run from it. We think heartbreak is bad. We think humiliation is bad. We think working for years on something and watching it fail is bad. But what if I told you those moments weren't here to break you, they were here to wake you up, make you even stronger? Because once you understand how to work with pain instead of against it, everything changes. So how do we actually move through pain? Three things: certainty, acceptance, and trust in the process. Certain in what? Certain in that the pain is going to be removed? No. Certain that you are going to be able to go through the pain? Yes. Certainty that you are being supported. You're not alone in this. You're being supported by the life energy that is throbbing within you. And you're being supported not just by the energy itself, but by the source of the energy, which in the physical sense is the sun. And in the metaphysical sense, we have different names for it. But the focus right now is that you have certainty in you being able to go through the pain, making it through it, because you trust in that force, in that energy that is supporting you at any point in time. And with that certainty, you can overcome obstacles that otherwise you are creating yourself. If you are not certain that you are going to be able to make it through the pain, or make it through the mistake, make it through the suffering, make it to the heartbreak, if you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe that something larger is there to support you in that, then it will be such a struggle. At least that's how it was in my experience, because I continuously question myself.
And you ask them, what's your fear? What's the common response?
I would say the most common fear and or quality that comes up for people when they're trying to manifest a miracle is doubt.
They doubt themselves.
They doubt themselves. They doubt that they will be happy. They doubt that their current situation is good. They doubt that there's a creator or universal force that is looking out for them. And doubt is a quality that does not exist in the vibration of the creator. So as long as you have doubts, you cannot enter the miracle zone. Like, imagine there's a gate and there's a guard at the gate, and only people who have certainty can walk in. So they look at you and they see, but you have doubts. You are not allowed to enter the room of miracles. So you could be an amazing person. You could be a sharing person. You could be a kind person. You could be a spiritual person. You could be a person who only does good for people. But if you have doubts, you cannot enter the world of miracles. So doubt is the key card. It's the VIP access to miracles.
Second one is acceptance. Acceptance in that the current situation that you're going through is exactly what you need to go through in order to go to the next level. And the next level in that sense is not something like the level that you're on right now is not enough, or someone is on a higher level than you. It's not in comparison. It's not in competition. It's just about level of acceptance. Because let's say you and your friend have gone through some situation and the same thing happened to both of you. And now you look back at the situation and you see that both of you have reacted completely different. And both of you have accepted the situation different. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That your acceptance has come to a point where you don't have a thought of doubt in the process. And that's the third point, to trust in the process. So certainty, acceptance, and trust in the process are kind of all together. I just name them as three things because we can look at them in different ways, but essentially they all come together. And so the trust in the process is just something that you develop. You develop with time, because the thing with trusting in the process is that trust has not been instilled within us. In many ways, we have had taken our trust away from us, and many of us have gone through situations where we were not able to trust our own family members. We were not able to trust people who we thought we should look up to, like teachers or anyone basically in society could have done something that took away the trust in them, and you started questioning yourself as well. You started questioning your intentions, you started questioning your actions, and you were maybe even regretting that something happened in the past, right? Like, trusting in the process means that whatever happened in your past had to happen exactly the way it happened so that you could learn what you needed to learn, and that's why you are where you are right now. And so this trust in the process is very, very important, because the moment you trust that whatever happened in the past had to happen, there's such a big relief, because now you're not holding on to so many things from the past, thinking they should be different, trying to change them, overthinking it basically, and kind of going back to the past, thinking, okay, what if I had done this? What if I had done that? And you're not able to reach completion, the process of completing that chapter. And so trust in the process is very, very important. But most people get stuck in pain because they fight it, they resist it, they try to control everything. So what if I told you the key isn't to fight, it's to surrender? Here's why this matters. The more light energy you reveal, the more darkness you'll encounter. Now, this sounds strange, because why would there be more darkness if there's more light? Shouldn't there be less darkness? But if you think about it, like when the sun shines at its highest, the shadow is the largest. So that's what the darkness is. It's like the more light shines, the more shadow self or darkness, whatever you want to call it, is being revealed. And it is on one side the ego that many people are already aware of, and then there is something that in Kabbalah they call as the opponent, which is like the opposite force. And the opposite force is there to challenge you, and it grows as your light grows. So it's like not a race, but it's there to challenge you and to bring more light to your light. It's just that we are quick to judge. And if you're quick to judge your own mistakes or the mistakes of others, you'll stay stuck in that darkness. There's a beautiful part that I read in John 8:7, where Jesus said, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." And why I like this so much is the story goes in John 8:4. They said to him, Jesus, "Teacher, this woman has been caught in the very act of committing adultery." And in 8:5, it says, "Now in the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. What then do you say?" He straightened up and said to them, "Let any one of you which is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." But when they heard it, they went away one by one, beginning with the older ones, and Jesus was left alone with the woman standing before him. Jesus stood up and said to her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She said, "No one, Lord," or "No one, Sir." "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." From this passage, we learn that we do not accuse others unless we first thoroughly search our own hearts and minds to make certain that we are pure in every possible aspect. And if we think about sin, and in this situation, Jesus is the only one who is sinless, and he is still not judging her for making a mistake according to the law. So what if instead of judging, we asked What is the bigger light waiting to be revealed? I want you to think about the biggest mistake you are thinking of right now that you made, the one you still regret. Now ask yourself, what if that wasn't a mistake at all? If this hit home for you, drop a comment below. What's one mistake you once regretted that actually led you somewhere better? And if you're serious about transforming pain into power, watch my conversation with Hans Wilhelm next. It will change the way you see surrender forever. I'll see you there.